guys, we are here today in Portland, Oregon. Tyke and Tina from Tyke and Tina's Adventures. We are going to talk to you today about diamond status with IHG, and like we said, we stayed 2 nights in Portland, Oregon. We stayed in 2 different hotels, 2 different IHG brand hotels. The first one we stayed at was in downtown Portland, and it was a Kimpton Hotel. It was Kimpton Vintage Portland. What do you think about, what were your thoughts about the Kimpton?
The Kimpton Vintage is downtown, and that says a lot about what you probably already thinking. You know, it's downtown, so there's it's difficult to find a place to park. It's a little tricky to navigate if you don't like downtown closed spaces. And depending on the size of vehicle you're driving. Now, if you're taking an Uber or a taxi or something there, that'd be easy. You don't have to worry about anything. But if you're driving or renting a car and driving, you're gonna have to navigate downtown, GPS, etc.
Probably pay for parking.
And you'll pay for parking. Now we took the option of using the valet parking at the hotel. It was $59. We got a $10 credit voucher for it, but they took care of everything, and your car was parked in a secure spot. If you decide to find your own spot to park, you are also at the whim and will of where. So you could be right in front, or you might be 2 blocks away. So, but there was public parking across the street. I just chose not. Parking
garage.
Yeah, there was a parking garage. I just chose not to navigate that whole map, so we didn't do it that way.
Yeah, we kind of decided we wanted the whole experience, so we it was the first time we stayed at a Kimpton. We are 2 thumbs up fans of the Kimpton brand. It was a really cool vibe in the hotel. We've got lots of really good video.
Yes, they did.
It was just we liked all the design elements. We liked the feel.
Eclectic. Yeah.
They had it from like 5 to 6 in the evening on Friday night. I don't know how often they do it, but on Friday night they had free wine tasting.
Yep.
They always have a little water area where you can come in and get some water or some cucumber water. They had a nice little bar area. They had the game room. We'll show you some video clips of.
That was a nice amenity. It was on the 2nd floor, balcony above the restaurant bar lounge. They have a bar that's in the evening. The restaurant, oddly enough, isn't open in the evening. At least it wasn't that evening that we were there. But you can order from the bar, and they had some really good food options. So don't rule that out. The bar is small and kind of intimate. I mean, you really don't even need to leave the hotel if you don't want to go venturing out and looking for food options and drink options and things.
Which there are plenty of yummy places to eat
there
close
were
to this
a lot
hotel.
of them around.
We thought that it would have like a little park area for the dog, because the thing about the Kimpton brand, which we love, we'll do a whole video about traveling with animals and dogs specifically, because you can see in the back seat we've got our chocolate lab with us, and she loves the hotel life. But the Kimpton offers free pets. If they can fit through the door, they can stay there. Yeah,
they don't care what they are.
We really didn't see that many pets. We didn't see that many animals when we were staying at the Kimpton. But we are Kimpton fans. We will definitely choose that brand again.
The food was great. The staff was super helpful.
We did, because we're diamond status. We chose the check-in amenity of the free breakfast, which I don't know why you wouldn't choose that one, but it's up to you. The breakfast of the Kimpton was fantastic.
I mean, there were people walking in off the street and eating there.
Yeah.
It was that good.
It had a nice street entrance, so you could come in and just eat there if you weren't even staying at the
prices
hotel.
Were reasonable.
They were like $20 for a breakfast.
Yeah, more than you could. I mean, it was really a little more than I normally eat.
We didn't finish all the food. But we both had really good, and we'll show you a picture of what we ordered for breakfast, and it was delicious. Highly recommend it. But like I said, the difference between the IHG Holiday Inn type hotel and the Kimpton is that the Kimpton totes this pet-friendly atmosphere. You don't pay a fee for your dog like you do at Holiday Inn. You pay $30 for your dog per night.
Yep.
Kimpton is free for the dog. They also offer pet sitting if you want that option. They say you can leave your pets in the room unattended if you want to. It's up to you. They don't mind. Which we did for breakfast. When we went down for breakfast, we left our dog in the room. She's kind of a high needs dog. She really likes being around us. So we were a little bit worried, but she did really good. She just laid on the bed and stayed there until we got back. So it's a really comfortable feeling, and she usually gets a little nervous when we take her to hotels. And this is hotel, the Kimpton, she seemed the most comfortable in. They do offer dog amenities, like if you forgot your dog bowl or something like that, they have those things on hand for you as part of the okay.
And it doesn't feel like I mean, I guess my idea of an animal friendly hotel would be pretty bland. They would keep everything really simple and really
non-stimulating,
easy maintenance. And they had this one. It was very nice. Very we like eclectic type, artsy and eclectic type finishes. And it was a blend of, I don't know, I guess you might call it almost a shabby chic look, where they had mismatched items in the room and we got a really nice upgrade at the Kimpton. They gave us a suite, so we had. It wasn't a separate living room area, but definitely a defined couch. Space. It wasn't like an enclosed bedroom. Nice lounge chair.
You'll see the picture from the video. It was a really nice couch and just a lot of room. We had our daughter and her boyfriend over to visit, and there was plenty of room for us to sit and visit and eat in the room. Really nice. And one thing I loved about being a diamond at Kimpton is, we'll show you the hotel amenity they gave us. A bottle of wine and 2 free waters and some macaroons and some nuts. Some really nice, complimentary,
very nice snacks.
And a nice little postcard. Thank you for being a diamond. So now we'll switch. The next night we stayed at the Holiday Inn, and this one was on the river in Portland. And like I said, we checked in and we used our free anniversary night, so it was no fee. And we had to pay $30 for the dog, and we chose the breakfast voucher for our check-in gift. We did not get an amenity, a free gift in the room, like the wine and cheese and snacks that we got at the Vintage, which is kind of a bummer, but I mean, we could really get used to that free gift. That was nice.
Well, I think that, you know, there's a balance, a check-in balance. You know, you're downtown, a little more difficult to navigate, a little more for some people might feel a little claustrophobic and a little limiting, as opposed to a more traditional hotel setting where you have a big outside space, plenty of parking, easy to get in and out, park yourself.
Obviously
there's areas
this Holiday
for the dogs to go to to go to the bathroom.
Lots of little grassy areas and little little beds, little flower beds for the dogs to go in. They didn't offer, I didn't see any free doggy doo-doo bags at either hotel.
Interesting.
But we usually carry our own with us, so that wasn't a big issue. But you know, usually when they are a dog-friendly place, they have a specific area for the dogs and they have the doggy bags. But they had plenty of trash cans, but no free doggy bags. So make sure you pack your own doggy bags if you're coming to one of these hotels.
Yes.
This Holiday Inn here by the river, by the Columbia, is beautiful. It's kind of an older hotel, so it's very well maintained. Nothing was broken or not functioning.
It's obviously been remodeled over time, but it's a really large Holiday Inn convention center. Friendly, and it had pickleball courts, tennis courts.
And a walkway, a really nice walkway, paved walkway,
you could walk
right on the river.
Mm-hmm.
Our room had a nice balcony that looked out on the river, which was gorgeous. That was kind of a, they said they upgraded us. It wasn't a huge room, it wasn't a suite or anything, but it was good amount of space. And it was nice to have that balcony to go out on and get some fresh air and let the dog look around and bark at the other dogs that are walking by. This hotel we've seen lots of dogs at.
Yes.
We went down for breakfast this morning, and there was a cute little Frenchie bulldog that was being pushed around in one of the luggage carts by his owner, because it was obviously needing some special attention.
Yeah.
And all of the staff acted like they knew exactly who this Frenchie was and asked him about his day, and it was the cutest thing. So this Holiday Inn is a we would recommend it for staying with an animal, because the staff is great. Everyone was super friendly. When we stayed in the Seattle area for the first time we were Diamond, they didn't even say thank you for being Diamond. Well, I think they did. I don't remember.
After a day or two, yeah.
They did finally, but these two hotels in Portland, they both said thank you for being a Diamond. We appreciate you. So that was nice. Let's see, what else? What other things? The breakfast here was really good too. Yeah,
it was comparable. We had different items, so I can't say we could compare them.
But I really liked it. I had avocado toast and sunny side up egg, and it was delicious. To hit the spot. Fresh fruit bowl was delicious.
I think it's worth noting that for coffee drinkers, they didn't offer free coffee. You have coffee in your room that's free, but their coffees were I guess you could say Starbucks pricing wise. They were about $5 or more a cup. So if you are a coffee drinker, you may not. They actually didn't offer it as a drink. It was either orange juice or water. So keep that in mind. You have to buy your coffee at breakfast.
No, I don't think you have to buy it.
No, it was Oh, did somebody get some?
I think you could have gotten it. I don't know.
That. They just didn't offer it to us.
Maybe you would have to ask. But the couple next to us, I don't think they had the Diamond coupon, but they got coffee and juice. So
okay. So
I think you could have gotten it if
it's just that our waiter didn't offer it to us, which is kind of unusual for breakfast. So
it wasn't an option.
But keep that in mind. There was a coffee menu, and it did have pricing on it. Okay. I also think, as far as location goes, this is literally not even a quarter mile from the freeway entrance. It's really close to
it's a great location.
The I-5 corridor, which is north and south through Portland and Vancouver. And for those of you who have not traveled to Portland before, Portland borders Washington. The Columbia River divides the two states, and you are right across the river from Vancouver, Washington, and the corridor to the Seattle metro area. Around the hotel here, there's plenty of food options. There's some restaurants, fast food, shopping. There's a pretty substantial shopping center right around the corner with your mainstays. So that might be an option if you want to do a little shopping. There's a nice little shopping center that's about not even half a mile away. Very easy to get to. So that's something to keep in mind too. If you like a more open
with the water view, things like that.
Easy to get around, or if you're fine with being downtown, it just depends on.
There is also a Kimpton that is here by the river as well, but they didn't have any available rooms for us, or maybe we would have chose that. But it was kind of nice to do a comparison to the downtown versus the waterfront. So those are our recommendations. They're both great hotels, different vibe, different feel, but both we would totally stay again at either one of them. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed the information. And
if you're traveling with your fur babies, this is these are some really good options, and gives you a nice access to the Portland metro area, Washington, etc. So keep them in mind and look them up.
All right. See you later.